So my name is Preston Campbell. I'm originally from the Northern Tablelands in New South Wales, former professional rugby league player, now reside on the Gold Coast, and basically dedicated myself and my life to working in community now. Men's mental health in general, I think, can make so much of a difference to our society. Us as men, if we can understand who we are, I think we can be different in terms of the way we contribute to community. Through my experience, it really humbled me and it helped me understand the world. It helped me understand a lot about myself. A lot of questions that I had. There was a lot of acceptance, which really opened up this different way of thinking. It felt like it hit me for six, it winded me, and it was just one of those things that I'm really grateful for. I'm thankful for, and that might sound a little bit silly, but without that, I probably wouldn't understand the world the way I do now, wouldn't understand myself the way I do now. And it's so important that we do share our stories, knowing that there are people out there that are going to be touched, they're going to be humbled just like myself, and just to let them know that it's okay. You don't have to do it alone. For me, the magic is, or the medicine is, actually talking about it, understanding it and confronting it. So I think we've been able to see the cost of anyone that's got a mental illness, the impact that it has, not just on yourself, but on the world around you. And that's the thing that I learnt most, is that mental illness, if it's not dealt with, it doesn't stay with me. It spreads like wildfire. So the cost of it, when you look at in terms of money, the value, what it costs us is billions and billions of dollars every year. But then the cost of our families, our livelihood is pretty massive, and that's something that is preventable at some sort of level. But the cost of it is enormous if we don't deal with it. For me, I didn't realise my purpose was to make a positive contribution to community. It wasn't until I went through my bout with mental illness that I realised this is my purpose, to share a story, to connect with people, help people understand the importance of connection. So purpose is something that we all need. It gets us out of bed, it drives us, and it's one of those things that keeps us on track. It's important to be able to come back to some stability. Very important to understand when you're sort of going away from your stability. The more important thing, I guess, that I've found that brings me back is being able to have a conversation. Early on in my life, I struggled with that. I didn't know what to talk about. I didn't know how to express my feelings. Being able to just let the wall down and be a little vulnerable, trying to stay above the line. Many might not understand what that means, but basically it's about working hard, telling the truth, being honest, having a great attitude, because that way in the long run things will turn out all right. It'll be a little bit easier down the track if you just let yourself be seen, as opposed to making excuses and blaming everybody, living below the line. You can get caught up in a very nasty place. So to live above the line is definitely something that I look at and I use every day.